Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today, listen, this is the biggest mistake that new caners make. If you're a veteran of ACSD caning, stick around and see if you agree with me. Hey, a warm welcome to all, especially if you're here for the first time. Listen, before we both forget, if you're digging the content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you don't miss any future content, and avail yourself of, by far, the #1 free resource is the no-cost cane clarity call, and all you do is text the letter CCC to the number on the screen in less than 24 hours. We will be in a conversation with you, listening to you. We like to schedule it to give you our undivided attention and answer all your questions regarding what it is. Where are you in the timeline of your cane training? And what is it that you're seeing here that brought you? Where does your interest lie? Believe me, that call, you're gonna walk out of there with an action plan. It's gonna save you tons of time, funds, and frustration trying to figure this out on your own. And then you have the free resources, which are the Facebook groups. Look at the description below, request entry. They will let you right in. New caners, mistakes that we see. The first one of those, I'm going to give you a couple. The most important one, the biggest mistake, is number 5. I'm going to give you, let me share the first 4 with you. You're seeing an application, maybe you're seeing it on something like this, and you go to spring into action, and you haven't, whoever you're following, hasn't covered what we refer to in ACSD as choking up on the cane. What does that mean? That means that you walk with your cane, whether it be in a standard grip, meaning that the horn and crook are pointing towards you, or in a reverse grip where the cane is pointing away from you, and suddenly you're going to spring into action. And when you do that, you find that you either have too much cane or too little cane. Or if you go to put both hands, your hands are where they shouldn't be because you're going to get whacked. And the way that you're holding your cane, you have to spring into action, is not where you can maximize its effectiveness. That requires an understanding. And so you have to practice it physically, going from here and bringing that tool up and being able to spring into action and knowing where to place your hands. And it's different when you have it here. See, that's one way to do it, but you got to practice that, because especially when it's up close, somebody puts their hands on you and you're going to move here, you get to use this like brass knuckles basically. But if you're here, your hand is going to get hit and then you're going to drop the cane. And if you're all the way here and you do this, that's too much cane and they can grab your cane. In short, mistake number 1 is trying to spring into action without having an understanding of proper choking up. Number 2, not understanding the distance game. This is a tool that gives you leverage, right? It allows you to keep individuals at a distance. But just knowing how to stand relative to where something might be brewing, and the power of just slightly stepping off at an angle with the tool where you can maximize the reach of the tool, right? That needs to be practiced. See, you're holding this and you say, well, I have the advantage here. A younger, stronger, faster individual, and just assume that they all are, right? It's coming at you. They will close the gap on you pretty quick. The next thing you know, you're jammed. So that's something that you need to practice and move off of the line. It requires training. Number 3, not having an understanding of the guard zone, and tied into that, right? The guard zone, that imaginary rectangle or square in here where any attack that comes has to go through there. So what happens when you don't understand that is you're going to take your cane and you're going to go outside of that guard zone, and what that does is it leaves you open for another attack, right? So ACSD has a concern against multiple assailants. So the movements are designed in here to maximize the reach of the tool while not leaving you open. There's a training for that. Your half body concept. Look at me here now. I'm going to spring into action here. Look at this big target. If you have a tool that cuts look at the size of this, right? Broad shoulder area, oh my, squared up. I removed that. Right? Now this is all you have. Understanding that and how the movement I create. Look at the. So we're dealing here. Something's brewing. I just very subtly do this movement right from here to here. Very subtle. I'm off your line and your target. You're gonna have to follow me. You're going to have to follow me because I'm outside the range at which you can be effective. Right? That needs to be studied. And the biggest mistake that new caners make coming into this is, ready, drum roll, trying to figure this out on your own by doing this that you're doing now, which is watching YouTube videos. You say, Joe, then why do you put this out? I'm putting this out to educate so you understand potential, so that if it makes sense to you, and only if it makes sense to you, then you investigate, do your research, if it resonates with you, and see if it makes sense to get trained. Because the biggest problem that we have in this cane culture, everybody that's coming in, is canes are fun, they're cool. I don't care what you're carrying. You're always going to be limited by what your training allows you to do, especially under the duress of the moment, right? This is not effective. You're effective. This can create leverage for you if you're trained and you know how to use it. Does that make sense? It's the same with every tool. All right, so to that end, if you still haven't done it, what are you waiting for? No, it's not too late. No, you're not too beat up. No, you're not too old. Okay, and if it's something we can't handle, we'll be brutally honest in your best interest, like we always are, and tell you, no, that's not something that we can work with. Okay, but the chances of that happening, you know, it's to your advantage. All right, so text those letters, CCC, to the number on the screen. Let's have a conversation. We'll do that in less than 24 hours, and believe me, you will have a game plan to get properly cane trained. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe.